So, welcome to another great episode of Java Boom. I'm your host Georgi Wisniuk, and today I'm going to show you how to write a program that can convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. But before we do that, let me talk about a little more about how objects work in Java. As I mentioned before in my previous lesson, I talked a little bit about primitives and objects. But what are objects? Objects are data structures. They consist of fields and methods. What are fields? Fields are variables. They can be primitives or object or classes themselves. What are methods? Methods are functions. They act like functions. You can pass in parameters and you get a result back, like in math. So, to create an instance of them, which we call objects, you have to use new. So, let's for instance we have a class called dog. Inside that class we have field like color, and we can have a method called getColor. So to create an object for dog, we call new dog and assigned to a reference called fielder using equals. Keep in mind this, unlike in math, in programming, equal sign is used for assignment mostly, and not to compare. We use compare equals equals, so keep that in mind. So with that, let's get started with our lesson. So we're going to start off with creating a primitive called Fahrenheit, which we will get from the user. Now, to get input from the user, we have to use a scanner class. It's part of the Java platform, and we use it to feed in the input stream from the user. But before we do that, we'll send a message to the user asking him to enter it. Please enter Fahrenheit in degrees. Now we have to create a scanner object. New scanner, where we pass in the standard input stream and semicolon. So what we have here, we have a scanner reference, which references a scanner object. So now we can call a method inside that scanner called nextInt, and send that value to Fahrenheit variable. So what this line is doing is we'll ask some input from the user when we run this program, and we assign it to Fahrenheit. Once we get this value from the user, we have to convert it to Celsius. So we create a new primitive called Celsius. Int Celsius equals. Now to convert it, this is a standard equation you can find online, but it's Fahrenheit minus 32, then open and close brackets and multiply it by 5, open and close brackets. Keep in mind, open and close parentheses, sorry, not brackets, but parentheses are used for grouping primitives values. We don't use it to multiply them together, keep that in mind. And we divide by 9. So with that, we convert Fahrenheit to Celsius and we assign it to a primitive called Celsius. And after that, we can just output it to the user. So the user will see Celsius is in the value. So let's go ahead and run it. So we see the input, asking input from the user, and we just type in. So for Fahrenheit, the freezing point of water is around 32. So let's do that, 32. And Celsius coming back is at 0, which is expected. So I hope you'll enjoy this lesson on how to create our first program that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. So until then, take care.